Hello everyone, my name is Amber. Welcome to my channel, Amber Reads Romance. Today I'm going to be going over my TBR for the month of February. I have a lot of arcs this month, so a lot of it is going to be arcs, but I'll also be going over our buddy read that we do, and then a couple read-alongs that I'm hoping to participate in. So let's just quickly dive into all these books that I want to read for February. Okay, so first off the bat, I just want to start off with our buddy read. If you're new to my channel or you're not aware, I do a buddy read with Bestie book reviews and bookmark by Jen. And this month in February, we are going to be doing a buddy read on Bestie book reviews channel. And we decided to do Elizabeth O'Rourke's new release. I actually haven't read the previous book in the series. I'm not sure if I read the first one. I can't remember. But you can technically read it as a standalone. And this is The Summer You Found Me. And this is the book number 3 in the summer series. I don't know that much about it. So I went to Goodreads to kind of check it out. And I did see some reviews saying the heroine's really unlikable, so I'm kind of concerned I may not like this book because if a heroine pisses me off, I tend to hate the book. But I'm keeping an open mind because it could be really good, because I do also love a prickly heroine who has a good arc, you know? So what I saw from this is it's like she was married, I think, and split from her husband. They lost a baby, and she kind of like turned to drugs and became addicted. And so she kind of goes to a rehab, and now she's out, and she's basically staying with her ex-husband, or I don't know if he's her current husband, maybe, but they're split up. And she's staying with his best friend, and I think she kind of wants to try and win back her husband, who I believe is the character from the previous book. So I think she wasn't really liked in that book, but you never know. She could have a really good story and a good turnaround and redemption. I don't know, because I don't know anything about it. But anyways, that's the book that we're going to be reading. Shoot, I'm sorry. I forgot to put the day that we are doing this on. I think it's the 17th or the 18th, because I'm mixing up another live show with that. So I will be posting the graphics on here, and then also on my Instagram channel. If you are not following me on Instagram, please follow me. It's Amber Reads Romance 28. I would love for you guys to follow me on Instagram. I do a lot of stuff on there. I'm trying to get better at posting more, and I post a lot of my arc reviews and, you know, different kind of stuff like that in my stories. I also have templates and different things that you can get on there. Anyways, so that's going to be our buddy read. So now I'm going to go into the arcs that I have, and I think I have like 11 arcs. So I've been pretty overwhelmed the last few months. I've had a lot of arcs. I think I want to slow down on the arcs that I request, because my TBRs have been so full of arcs that like I can't even get to like the other stuff. You know, things have been happening, my dental issues, so I haven't been reading as well as I usually do. And so I've just been kind of stressed because I do want to read the arcs and get the reviews up in time, but I also want to be able to mood read a little bit. So I might not add, when I made this list, I still added a lot of books. So I told myself I was going to add less so I could mood read, but we'll see. I don't know. I have a lot of things and goals that I want to read in 2024, so I have to hit those too. So anyways, the first arc that I have is Seeds of Malice by Maggie Cole. I haven't finished the series because you know how I am with series, I'm bad at it. But I enjoyed her like Mafia Wars series. So this is going to be actually a dark college bully type of romance. I don't know much more than that, but it is a duet. This is the Wilted Kingdom duet. So first book comes out on the 1st, so I'll probably be reading it right before, but it probably will count for like, you know, February hitting on the 1st, because I still have a lot of books that I have to read in January. I'm stressed out. So that's coming out the 1st. Then the second book, let me just go down my list, is Thorns of Malice, and I believe that's coming out the 15th. I don't know if I got those dates wrong, because that seems crazy that the duet is coming out that close to each other. But if it is, that's great, because then you don't have that big of a cliffhanger to wait on. So that one's coming out the 15th, if I have that date right. Then I'm very excited. I got Stay With Me from Book Montgomery. I was actually trying to get this arc, and then we read her, the previous book in this series, for our buddy read. I think it was Stay With Me or Come With Me. It's, I think this one's Stay With Me. Oh my God, you guys. But anyways, that was one of our previous buddy reads, and it was a, ex-boyfriend's dad. It's a ranch. I love the ranch setting. It was such a great read. I loved it. And then this one, I think it's that heroine's like friend. And she ends up getting pregnant, and it's not with our hero's baby. And I have become a sucker for like pregnant but not his baby trope, where the guy takes care of the woman and her baby. So I'm so excited to read this. I can't wait. This one comes out on the 7th, so keep an eye out for that. And then I have Surrender by Sam Mariano. I think this was previously released as Sophie Surrender. She kind of redid it to fit into the Coastal Elite series. So this is book number 4 in the Coastal Elites. And I think she's adding something like an extra chapter with Dare or something. But I'm not positive what it's going to be. And I never actually read this. So I'm excited. I got the arc, and I'm so excited to get one of Sophie's arcs. I've been dying for one of her arcs. So that one comes out on the 8th, and I'm really excited to get to that one. Then I got Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling. I didn't even expect to get this arc, so I'm so happy. Even though I'm not usually into this type of romance, I want to give it a shot. I love Gianna Darling's prose, and she writes really beautifully. I love her, MC series. I just really love her. So this is actually a sapphic romance. So I don't always love sapphic romance, but I think it's just because it wasn't like the right author or the right book for me. So I think I really want to give it a try and see if I like this one. I believe it is... Oh, she said it's a dark academia romance, a Medusa retelling. And I think the main heroine, she gets like kind of betrayed by the president, I think, of the school, or principal. I don't know if he's president or principal, and then she has like a revenge plan, I think, for his daughter. So I think that's what the book is about. I'm not completely sure, but I can't wait to read that. And that is actually coming out, let's see here, on the 8th too. So you can see I have a bunch already in the beginning of the month that I have to get to. Then we have The Wildcat by Bella Matthews. This is another hockey romance. This is the Playing to Win series. I read the first book, really liked it. This is the second book, and this is going to be like a single dad hockey star. And I think they have a one-night stand, but like he's more into like wanting a relationship, and the heroine is like kind of not wanting a commitment. So that should be interesting. I'm always in for a single dad romance. And then that one comes out on the 15th. As you can see, we have multiple releases on the same day, which drives me nuts. But then there's The Wallflower by J.L. Beck. I don't think I've ever read anything by J.L. Beck, so I'm definitely interested to see if I like their writing. This is going to be a dark enemies to lovers romance. I think it was really vague, but it said there's something like a hunt that goes on, and she thought like it's like a kinky hide and seek, but things get kind of dark and twisted. I don't know, but it sounded really interesting, and I think it's like a new series. So I don't know if this one ends like on a cliffhanger, if they're going to have different couples. I have no idea. But this one is the first book in the Ruthless Disciples series, and this comes out on February 19th. Then we have When Hearts Ignite by Victoria Lum. I just read a book by her. I read an arc, and I absolutely loved it. So I really wanted to try more of her books. This is going to be like an angsty boss employee. I think she's like a billionaire boss. She's like the intern. I think like she has to go on the run or something, and then he finds her. Not completely sure, because the blurbs aren't really that, They don't give that much information, but that one's coming out on the 21st. Okay, and then I have Devious Vow by Jagger Cole. You know, I've been loving Jagger Cole. This is his new series. I think it's called Venomous Gods. This is the second book in that series. Really, there's no blurb or any info on it yet. It just basically says Mafia, enemies to lovers, and this is going to be Alistair's romance. I think it's one of the lawyer brothers, if I can I can't remember. But I'm in for it. I hope I get it. I love Jagger Cole. And then the last arc that I have, so many arcs, is Devoted by Lee Skireen. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I've never read this author before, but they did give me an arc of this. This is going to be like a childhood friends, kind of friends to frenemies to lovers, I guess. And it's a marriage of convenience. And it's a hockey single dad romance. So a lot of those tropes I love. So I'm excited to try a new author and get that. That one comes out on the 27th. So those are all my arcs. As you can see, I have quite a bit. So that's already a lot for me to do. So the read along that I'm participating in is Jen from the Book Refuge is doing the Outlander read along. It's kind of going a little bit slower to give us time to read it. Honestly, I haven't even started Outlander, and it's like near the end of the month, and I had it on my TBR for this month, but I had so many arcs and other things. And I really want to annotate these, so it's just been finding the time to be able to do that. So I'm going to start reading that, and I think like the next day here, and I'm going to finish it out, the first book, in February, because I believe her live show is February 18th, I believe. See, that's the live shows that I'm mixing up. But I need to finish Outlander, and then I'm going to start Dragonfly and Amber. So Dragonfly and Amber, I think I was very irritated by this book. So we'll see how I feel about it. I mean, I still enjoyed it. I love the Outlander series, but I need to reread that one. So these two are like rereads. I've already read them. I think I've only read up to like book 4 in this series. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to grab this book because I forgot to grab it. And I'm really excited for this read that I'm going to do. I actually am a part of Jen from the Book Refuge's Patreon. So I get to pick out annotated books. And this one I really wanted because she absolutely loved it. It was one of her favorite books of last year. And that is You and Me by Tal Bauer. I've never read Tal Bauer, but I just seeing how everybody's loving him. This is a male-male romance. It's a man that, you know, is trying to build a relationship with his son. His wife died, I think, like a year ago, and they just don't have the best of relationships. And he basically befriends kind of like his son's best friend's dad, who is like this star dad. Really, I think he might be the coach. I'm not sure. I think he says he's the high school all-star quarterback. Okay, so he's his son, the guy that he falls for in this and has a friendship with, is like the star quarterback's dad. And so I think they get involved in like school stuff together or whatever. So I've just heard really amazing things about Tal Bauer and especially this book. So I'm excited to read it and then get to see all Jen's thoughts. So I'm really excited. This is a big priority book for me for next month. I'm definitely have to read this one. Okay, the next one that I want to read, I didn't even get it out. I think it's right here, is The Score by Elle Kennedy. I need to finish the Off-Campus series. I never finished it. I reread The Deal and then The Mistake, and then now I need to continue because that's one of my goals for 2024. I want to catch up, read the Off-Campus series so I can get to Elle Kennedy's newer releases, which are like second generation of, you know, the people in that series. So definitely need to continue. Then I'm really excited. I'm going to read Worth the Fall. This is another one of Jen's favorite books from last year. And I love, as I said, a man that takes care of a pregnant woman or babies that aren't his own. And this is like, I think he might have been like in the Navy SEALs or some kind of war vet, you know, and he's on kind of like on a forced vacation, and he kind of sees this woman that's pregnant with her kids, her husband died, and he's like just falls for this whole family. And so I can't wait to read this. This isn't available on physical book, I believe. So I think you can buy the ebook. But I did see it was on AnyPlay, so I'm planning on listening to that on audiobook. So I can't wait for that one. Then, so Tiff Talks Pages and Ava's romance books, they actually announced like I think they're like doing kind of like an alien like read along, like book club or whatever. And so they are going to be reading The Alien's Prize by Zoe Draven. I don't know anything about this book, but I thought, what the hell? I want to do this. I love Tiff Talks Pages. She's like one of my favorites. And Ava romance books, like she always reads the best alien stuff. So I always go to her for Alien Rex, her channel. So I think their live show is going to be on the 23rd. So I definitely want to read this book and just, participate in that. And then another one of my goals for 2024 was I'm trying to read Serena Ackroyd's 5 Points Mafia MC series and like just her whole reading order. So I am going to read The Dawn by Serena Ackroyd. It's actually The Dawn and The Lady, but I don't know. I'm not going to commit to reading those back to back. I just know me. I'm probably not going to because I flop around between series. It's what I do. So I'm going to read The Dawn. And then my mom has been trying to get me to read this like post-apocalyptic series for a while. And this first book in the series is called The Edge of Collapse. And this is by Kyla Stone. And I happen to find the whole series is on AnyPlay. So it's like, okay, perfect. So I'm finally going to be reading what my mom's been recommending me. Then I also have my 12 books from 12 friends. I have, I don't know if I'm going to maybe do a video on that, maybe. But I asked for 12 recs from friends and people on Instagram. And so I'm trying to read at least one of those books a month. We'll see how I do. Maybe I might double up here and there. Who knows? But the one that I picked this month is Beautifully Cruel by J.T. Geisinger. I've seen this forever, and I don't know why I've never read it. So I'm excited to finally start that book. Then I am going to continue with Pam Godwin's Deliver series, which is a very dark sex trafficking series. And I believe this is book number 3. I'm going to listen to it on audiobook, and that is Disclaim. So I love Pam Godwin. She can do no wrong. I've never read a book of hers I didn't like yet. So I love this. Then just because I need something fun and easy, I'm going to continue with Ice Planet Barbarians and read the next book. And that is Barbarians Rescue. I think the group gets like kidnapped or taken by like those previous like aliens or bad aliens. I can't remember. And so this couple has to try and like work together to get them freed. And then I'm going to continue with Emily McIntyre. I'm going to listen to Wretched. This is on Audible Plus. So if you have Audible, you can listen to that if you have that membership. I believe it's like a Wizard of Oz retelling. So we'll see how that goes. And then another one of my goals, I wanted to finish the Daniel Laurie series. And so the next one that I need to read is The Maddest Obsession. I think he was like a cop or something, but I think he might be like a dirty cop. It's mafia. I really liked the first one. So again, I don't know why I stopped. And then I have, I want to try and get more historical. And you can see I don't have any historical romance on this list already. So I wanted to, I'm trying to go back into Stacey Reed's backlist and read some of her other series. So I picked the Accidentally Compromising the Duke, because that's the first book in a series. So I want to listen to that one. It is available on AnyPlay. So I love listening to historical romances. That's like my favorite type of audiobook, honestly. So can't wait to listen to that. And then I do need to continue with the Falling Away or Fall Away series. I can't remember what it's called. By Penelope Douglas. That's like the Bully series. And I was shocked when I looked at the next book because it's A Flame. And I guess it's Jared and Tate continued from The Bully. So I was like, what? They're breaking up? I think like Jared goes off to find himself and then comes back a couple years later, and like Tate's a completely different type of person. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that, because I liked them being happy and together, but maybe this will build on their relationship and I'll like it even more. And then the last thing I need to do is I am reading Rena Kent's reading order. That's one of my goals this year. So the next book in this series that I need to read is All the Lies. Honestly, don't know anything about it. Haven't looked into it. Just know I have to continue that series. I've been vlogging my experience, so need to continue that. So as you can see, I have a lot of books already on the list, even though I said I wasn't going to add as many, just keep it to the ARCs and stuff. But I have ARCs, 2 read-alongs, you know, the Buddy Read, and then the 12 Recs by 12 Friends. So those for sure have to be all read, but these other ones are just kind of like add-ons of things that I need to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you can, remember to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if you're reading Outlander, or if you're interested in doing that alien, you know, buddy read kind of thing with TikTok's pages and Eva romance books. That should be a lot of fun. You could check out their info on their channels. But thank you so much. As always, have a great day, and I will see you on the next one.